Okay, we're back again, and today I want to talk about shoes you actually want to wear. What shoes do you actually want to wear? Like, it might be, for example, okay, I've always, wanted to be an artist, or I've always wanted to be a singer, or I've always wanted to be a speaker, or I've always wanted to be a mum, or I've always wanted to be a, fill in the gap. Just literally fill in the gap. Like, what is it that you keep pushing to the side? It's like, no, I don't have time for that. No, I don't want to, do whatever it is, because I'm too busy. I'm a busy mum. I'm a busy, wife. I'm a busy partner, or I'm a busy career lady. And it's like, well, there's this little thing going in the background going, you might want to start doing this over here. So you can, and this is the whole idea. It's that moonlighting thing. It might be something that you just, let's check out that pair of shoes. Let's recognize that, oh, actually that is something. It might be that I like dancing. Like, I had someone the other day saying, she's my age and she wants to do ballet. And I was like, well, go do ballet. What's the thing? And she said, well, kids do that. And I was like, yeah, so I mean, she's gorgeous. She's got the figure for it. She could make it happen. I tell you what, she could really. And I was like, if ballet's your bag, go wear your ballet shoes. Go buy a pair of ballet shoes. Go and join a class. Start, even if you had to do online classes to get your confidence up, whatever the case might be. Maybe it's join a local theatrical group, so that that might be doing dancing, or it's coming up to Christmas, so you might do a ballet skit or something. I don't know, but just at first recognize that that's something that you actually want to do. Okay, and this is the whole thing. What shoes do you want? She wants ballet shoes. That's it. So for me, I never really thought of myself as a writer. I've never thought of myself as an author, or anything. I didn't think I've got the intellectual level. If I'm honest, I do feel that I've got that. I've got enough knowledge, but it's my confidence was being a wordsmith. Like, you've got Shakespeare, and you've got these real greats who are just amazing when it comes to words, and I'm like, who am I next to them? I mean, who the hell is going to read what I've written? And so for years I've parked it, and it was, I'm great with speaking, and that's another pair of my shoes. It's like, this is one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing every day here, is that I kept parking my speaking engagements. I kept shelving the opportunities for getting out and speaking in bigger groups, because I'm a busy mum, and my kids do come first. My family definitely come first, irrespective, no question. There's just, that's my value system. So my priority for many years has been that. Now we're in a situation where we've got YouTube, and we've got social media, and we've got all these things, so we don't need to do all these going away for long trips anymore. We don't have to go on stages overseas. I'm sitting in my car talking to you guys, because this is my break in the day after I've done my exercise, or before I've done my exercise, and this is the snippet of time that I have that I can dedicate to you, and I like to give out before I start taking during the day. So this is a joy for me. It's little, it's a step in the right direction, and it makes it possible for me not to only share my knowledge, but share it with potentially millions of people. So for me, this is my driver. It's not about the money. This is all free. I'm not charging for any of this stuff. When the book comes that I'm writing, I'll do that. There will be, and I'm looking to have a percentage of the proceeds go back into my charity. So but it took me a while to sort of get to that space where I was like, well, actually that is achievable. I can actually do that. My speaking shoes were on the shelf for a while. I'm going to bring them back out again. Doing writing now, again, you see, I wasn't up for the writing, and of course I did this meditation And Jolly, you know, I sit on this bench and Wayne Dwyer comes along and in my meditation, okay, and says, well, honey, you're not writing the book. And I was like, what? And it was like, well, you're not writing it. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he said, well, you're misunderstanding what I'm actually trying to say, that your message is coming through you onto the paper. So it's not you physically writing the book. And I went, oh, well, I can do that. Because it's not me. It's not my physical, you know, and all my, whatever the insecurities were that went along with it. I don't have any of that malarkey going on anymore. It's just like, okay, look, it will work for some people, it won't work for others. I am not Shakespeare. I am not, you know, the Wayne Dwyers of the world, eloquent. I'm not a poet. I'm not Wordsworth. I'm not any of the greats. But I will say that I've been really fortunate. I've gained a lot of knowledge, and it has shifted and made a huge difference to so many people. And I'm just like, well, I don't want to look that up. I don't want to die with a song inside me. It's my song. It is a song that may not work for some people. If it doesn't, then so be it. They will find their teacher. I may not be your teacher. If this works for you, fantastic. If it doesn't, then that's fine. Go find some. As long as you're learning, I don't care who you learn from, then that's sweet. So it is that whole thing of, you know, being brave enough to identify. These are the shoes. So I suddenly had a pair of riding shoes that I never knew were ever on my shelf. It has never been in my scope to be a writer, ever. I've never considered myself to be an author. And I'm hoping that a publisher will think that it's good enough to actually publish. But if it's not, then I will just carry on sharing my knowledge like this. You know, this is just how it will pan out. Because either way, I'm going to do it, you know, here or there. So this is where I want to get you guys to the point of, no matter where we are in our lives, you know, don't let the music die inside you. You know, when you get to the end of your life, one of the exercises that I actually do, and you might want to try this, is like, I call it the rocking chair exercise. When I've got someone sitting with me and they're not sure about whether they want to do something or not, you know, like I had a lady who was saying that she wasn't sure if she wanted to have kids. So I said, okay, well, let's have a look. Okay, what if we did, we look at where you are right now in 5 years time. So we call it future pacing in NLP. So in 5 years time, now look back, if you carried on doing exactly, and you can do this as you know, with your eyes closed. Where am I? How am I feeling? What am I doing? Who am I with? How do they feel? If I haven't done that, like I'm just doing what I'm doing now. All right, then you push it past the 5 year into the 10-year mark. Then they'll push it out right to the end of your life. You're little old granny sitting in your chair and you're looking back on your life and you're going, okay, did I regret not having kids in this instance? So she really wanted to be a mum, okay, and her partner wasn't really keen on going there. She wasn't sure initially if she really wanted kids when they got together. Then it was, she's getting all maternal, and she wasn't too sure what that was about. And she was like, well, I don't know if I really want to have kids. And that's why we were doing this exercise. But then she was with a partner who didn't want to have kids. And the clarity came for that person that actually she did want to have kids, and it was a shock. You know, and this is it. I don't want you to get to your rocking chair and you look back on your life and you go, holy crap, I should have had kids. Well, mate, it's too late now. I mean, you physically can't even have them, you know, and it's too late when you're 80 anyway. You wouldn't be around when they're getting married and, you know, even all the early years probably. So, well, I'd like to think that you would, but, you know. It is that whole, does that work for me or doesn't it? So, and this was doing that exercise, actually with that particular lady, actually kicked me into gear for having kids, because I was dragging my feet, and it was like, oh, actually I do actually want to go there. And I'll tell you, best thing ever. Oh my God, I love them. They're so amazing. I'm so blessed, honestly. I just love my children. So and I won't have any regrets. I'll sit in my little rocking chair and go, my only regret is that we didn't go there sooner. That's my regret. So if you want to have your mum shoes on, and you do want to do that, so what are the shoes that you really, really want to do? You want to wear. So now for me, it's my riding shoes, getting back into my speaking engagements, and just getting out there. I just want to share. I just want to, my legacy is, if I have one, please God, is to get us reconnected to our souls again, and have soul-driven, purposeful women in life that leave a positive mark on everybody, everywhere, like a footprint that you will go, I came here, I gave it my best shot, and I'm wearing the shoes that I wanted to wear, and I went full out. Like, I wore them as much as I could, the way that I could, with as many people as I could on my path, and I had a positive impact on the world. And and it might be, even if it's just pottery, or being the best mum that you could possibly be. These days we are so stressed and so fractured in our Western environment that the family unit has been compromised, and just being a fabulous mother, as best as you can possibly be, is an amazing, that is worth coming here for, in my opinion. You've left your mark in those kids, who will then be able to share that with their kids when they grow up. So that's just an example. So what I would like for you today to do is, can you please go into the Facebook group and say in there what shoes you'd actually like to wear. Like, you've shelved them, it's been in the back of your head, and you're like, oh, I don't have time. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, people will shut me down. Oh, I don't have the confidence for that. Makes me nervous. I don't think I could. Oh, I'm too old for that. I can't do ballet, ballet. What? No way. Rubbish. Of course you can. Who said you can't? Rubbish, I say to that. Let's come and join the tribe. So we'll tell them, everybody else can bug off. We're wearing our shoes. I've got my ballet shoes on. I've got my dancing shoes on. I've got my rider shoes on. I've got my speaker shoes on. I've got my mum's shoes on. I've got whatever my shoes are that I want to be. Tell me. Tell us. I genuinely want to know. So hop on over. Tell me what shoes you want to wear, and let's see how we can get you into them. Okay? So thank you so much for sparing your time. I know that you'll be all pressed for time. We all are these days, time poor. So I really appreciate it. And namaste. Thumbs up, please, if you liked it. Thank you, ladies. Bye.